Charity Duran. Mayor Jeff Lunde couldn't make it today, so I'm filling in. I'm here at Channel 12 to take a tour, so let's go inside.
Well, welcome, Charity. Welcome to Northwest Community Television. Great to see you.
Thank you.
How are you today?
Good.
Now, I heard that you won a big contest through the Minnesota League of Cities about being mayor for a day. And tell us a little bit about that.
Have you ever been to a national park?
I have.
Did you know that they have a program just for kids there called the Junior Ranger Program?
I did not know about that. Are you officially a junior ranger now?
Yes, because I have done some programs through this.
Okay.
What this is that you have to go all around the park to fill up a booklet. Once you finish the booklet, you get a small reward. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, why is she getting so off track? Well, I'm not quite getting off track because that's what my idea was for Mayor of a Day. Turn that from a national park into being for a city.
Oh, that's very interesting. Okay, and so with the city of Brooklyn Park being mayor for a day, that's going to require, some things that you might need, okay? So we have a little surprise for you here. We have an official, as a mayor, you're gonna need to take notes, right? Don't you think? You're gonna need to take some official notes. You're gonna be in a lot of meetings, right? So we're giving you an official, oops, I dropped something there, but I will get that. Channel 12 portfolio booklet that you can, take notes in. And there's some surprises in there for you. What do you think of that? You've got a pen. You're gonna need a pen to write all these notes, right? Mm-hmm. There's a pencil. And I don't know if you eat chips at all. You ever eat a potato chip every now and then, once in a while? Yeah. Well, sometimes you might want to use this thing to, keep the chips fresh. And then you're a star, so we have the official Channel 12 star here, so you get to keep that. And then sometimes mom or dad or even yourself might have a difficulty opening up a jar. Mm-hmm. It gets tight. Yeah. Well, you have an official Channel 12 jar opener here. How is that? Is that exciting? Okay. In addition, I have my little business card in here, and someday you're going to need a business card, so it has my name, all the contact information. And then where to find all the information about Channel 12 and Northwest Community Television programming is right on this card here. So you're going to get that. And in addition, we have a little bag here, Charity, which if you could promise me, can you make a promise?
Oh, no.
No, this is an easy promise. If you're mayor for a day, I guarantee you can do this one. We have this little bag that we want to give you, and if you can promise me someday you'll fill it up with food and bring it to a local food shelf so people who maybe are not as fortunate as we are, that they can have something to eat. So if you promise me you'll fill that up, you're gonna get this bag too, okay? Okay. All right, that sounds like a good deal. So I'm gonna give that to you, and then we'll kind of continue on with the tour, okay?
Okay. Let's plan for our future.
Okay, let's set goals as a community
for where we want to be in 2025.
Plans are important.
It's cool to get everyone involved.
We will call it Brooklyn Park 2025.
But how will everyone participate?
We're having 3 community meetings where everyone can give the city their input.
Go to the meeting closest to you or the one that you can make it.
Or give your input online.
No matter which way we do it. That's an effort to make
our Brooklyn Park.
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 A thriving community.
Inspiring pride.
Where opportunities exist for all.
For more information, go to our city's website at www.brooklynpark.org.
Well, Charity, let's go in the studio right now and I'll show you where we do the local news program. I think you'll find this very exciting. So come on in and you get to see a really neat studio.
Right here?
Yep, right through here.
So, Mike, tell me a little bit about this room.
This is the actual Channel 12 control room. And in this room, many different functions happen. We're not live in here right now in terms of our news, but at 4 o'clock every weekday, this room is just filled with people to put together a live newscast. So over here, we have an audio board where the audio operator sits and does all the sound for all the people who are on the program. Then over here, the director sits over in this area, and see all these buttons?
Yeah.
Well, the director has the ability to switch between different sources, different cameras, live feeds, graphics, video sources to direct the program. So when you watch a program, you see different pictures, right?
Yeah, so this is a TriCaster?
Well, this is actually called a production switcher.
Okay.
But I know what you're talking about. There's something called a TriCaster, right? Which is, there's some similarities there, and that's a very good question. And over here we have someone who works on graphics all the time, like graphics meaning titling for names at the lower part where it says, "Hi, I'm Charity Duran," and they have to make sure they spell it right too. And they do maps of, say, like the city of Brooklyn Park and all kinds of different graphics. And then we do some editing over here, and then back over here we have somebody who does the video. They roll in the video for the program. The producer of the show sits over here. And then way over here, we have the teleprompter operator who will run the script in front of the camera screen, so when the newscasters are on screen, they can actually see the script right in front of them. And I'll show you that next in the studio. Are you excited?
Yeah.
All right, let's do that.
I'm a news anchor.
Well, Charity, officially you are. You're sitting in the news chair right now in terms of where our anchor people sit. And I'm sitting here so we're like an anchor team for the news. We can report local things happening in the northwest suburbs. And did you know we cover 9 communities in the northwest suburbs, not just Brooklyn Park. We also cover news stories in Maple Grove. You've been to Maple Grove, haven't you?
Yeah, my brother works there.
Your brother works there, okay. We also cover stories in Plymouth, Robbinsdale, Brooklyn Center, Osseo, Golden Valley, New Hope, Crystal. All those cities are part of the northwest suburbs area in terms of where we cover news and local events. And we go out and cover parades. Do you ever watch a parade in the community? Ever go to the Tater Days parade?
We don't go to Tater Days because we're out of town, but we do go to like the 4th of July parade.
Oh, okay, great. Well, so we do a lot of parade coverage and a lot of sports. So we're out at the schools covering sports and all kinds of interesting events. And do you know that we've been around since 1982? That's a long time ago, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's quite a few staff members who have been here since that very beginning.
Really?
And so that's like nearly 34 years that we've been around. And so we're here to serve the communities. We have covered thousands of stories. We feature thousands of people. You know, every year we put them on TV and have built a history here. And so we feel we are here to engage the community and talk about issues, whether it's mayor for a day, right, which is exciting, or things just happening in your community, whether there's a development along Highway 610. That's what we do, and we do it every single day here, so it's really exciting. And here in the studio, right here in the studio, behind me you see all kinds of monitors. Well, those are seen in the background of the news, and then our newscasters have monitors up here. And then if you look over here, what do you see?
Is that a teleprompter?
Yeah, a teleprompter, very good. And this is a camera. And so a teleprompter is basically a device which allows the newscasters to see the script in front of a reflected mirror, basically, a reflected glass, and then they can read the script as they're looking right in the camera, so it's real exciting. And then this studio, over here we can do a sports show, we have a sports set. Everything in this studio is all these areas are on wheels, so everything could be moved around for many different looks for sets. So we do a lot of sports and news in here and some public affairs programming. So do you have any other more questions for me about Northwest Community Television or Channel 12?
About how many people does it take to do all of the behind the scenes work, all of the everything that happens?
Well, in the entire organization, you're going to be able to talk to like our news anchor person or reporter. You're going to meet with our one of our public community access managers. There are approximately 35 full-time people here, and then we have an equal number, another 30 to 35 people who work part-time. So it's a huge effort because we not only just do this newscast, but we go out and we cover city council meetings. Like we have staff that go out and cover the Brooklyn Park city council meeting. And then we have staff that goes out on these mobile trucks to record events. And so each one of these require different numbers of people. I would say probably on this particular show on the news, there's probably 7 or 8 crew people, and you have all the news people who are working, and the journalists writing stories and reporting beyond that. So it's really big. That's a good question. Do you have any others?
No, I'm good.
All right, well, from what I hear, you're going to then actually talk to one of our anchor persons, and her name is Alexandra Renslow, and you're going to love talking to her and ask her questions about, like, what's it like to be a news anchor. I think you're going to find a lot of interesting information. So nice to meet you.
Me too.
Thank you.
Welcome to Brooklyn Park. Brooklyn Park is a united, safe community of close-knit neighborhoods where 80,000 people are connected to their neighbors and at home. As one of the most culturally rich areas in the Midwest, Brooklyn Park is already the city of 2040, reflecting what the United States will look like in 25 years. Our community pride has been reflected each year in our award-winning National Night Out program, which saw 175 neighborhood parties this year alone. Brooklyn Park is a fast-growing, innovative city of personal and professional possibilities. This bustling hub of investment is home to 1,300 businesses, including 28 Fortune 500 companies. Our unique business-forward community has 1,200 acres of undeveloped land ready to go, and is perfectly situated only 15 minutes from downtown Minneapolis. Our Highway 610 business corridor is a growing destination for headquarters, medical device, and precision manufacturing companies, just as industry giants Target and Olympus. Brooklyn Park offers an undiscovered, extraordinary quality of life. We have wonderful neighborhoods with unique identities and a wide array of price ranges, and our recreational offerings include 85 parks and facilities, including the Mississippi River National Park, Edinburgh, USA, the newly renovated world-class public golf course, Minnesota's only wheelchair baseball softball field, and Historical Item Farm, a working farm and homestead that transports visitors to the beginnings of Brooklyn Park at the turn of the 20th century. The diversity of the workforce and the potential for market growth are among the reasons my businesses have been successful here. Brooklyn Park is not like any other place. Welcome to the Hubbard.
Hi, are you Charity?
Yes.
Hi, Charity. I'm Alex Renslow. Welcome to the Channel 12 Newsroom.
Thank you.
Let's give you a little tour.
Okay.
First person to meet is the big cheese, Mike Johnson on the phone, our news director and anchor. And then over here, we've got Jay Wilcox. He's in our sports department. Jay, this is Charity.
Hi,
She's
Charity.
mayor for a day in Brooklyn Park.
All right. Great to see you. Have fun.
Thank you.
And right here, this is Corey Bork, the
Hi,
decision
Charity.
maker every
Nice
day.
to meet you. Mayor
Yep.
for a day, huh?
Part of a day.
Part of a day.
And Corey takes a lot of phone calls. That's a good example of his job. He is our assignment editor and our producer. So he makes the decisions each day, what stories are covered, and also what order they're covered in. And you can see up on our news board, this gives you an idea of today's stories. So everything from serious news about road safety, to Memorial Day events that we've got going on. And you can see, I know this is important to you, the Brooklyn Park, the old library closes on Sunday in anticipation of the new library. So-
Like permanently?
well, they're closing down, I think, until the new one opens up.
Okay.
So, and these are where the other reporters sit.
Somebody likes Legos.
That guy likes Legos, yes. And now this is the administration. So these are the big bosses, starting with Dave Kaiser. I bet you've met Dave Kaiser before. This is Charity.
Briefly.
Yes, that's what I
Hello
thought.
again. Good to see you again.
Yep.
Having a fun time?
Yes.
Good. Roger is doing a fine job following you, I'm sure.
And I know you've met Mike Johnson, admin, but one more
How
hello.
you doing again? Good
Good.
to see you. Welcome. Great job.
She's getting the full tour, the full facility tour.
So I have a few questions for you.
Sure.
What did you do to become a reporter, and why did you want to become a reporter?
Boy, I always think about that, and I think I was really lucky because I knew really early on. Some people don't know till later, but I had an idea really early on, and I think it's because I was interviewed when I was in 7th grade. So it got the wheels turning that this would be something I might like to do. And definitely if you're a curious person, that's one. So there's a lot of different skill sets that are involved, but curiosity is a great one. And then what it takes, I just continued from that time on, really junior high, asking, trying to make some calls, see even when I was in high school if I could visit a station, spend a little time in a station. It takes a lot of experiences and a lot of schooling. Doing well in school, I went to the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and you have to pass a certain test to get, it's all about grammar and English in order to get into the program. And then once I got into the journalism program, I did a double major in journalism and English. And then you've got your degree, but then you've got to find the job like a lot of industries. And that's where internships and making those connections help. So I was lucky enough to get a fellowship out in Washington, D.C. that gave me about 6 months to study and be alongside a Capitol reporter and White House reporter at CNN. So that gave me a really good view of what it looks like at the national level. And then I came back to Wisconsin and did what everybody does when they're looking for a job: send out resumes, visit stations, knock on doors, beg, plead for a job. No, but I got my first reporting job in La Crosse, Wisconsin, which is a smaller city in Wisconsin. So that was probably more than you needed to know. But
So what can other people do to become a reporter?
I would say ask questions, ask questions, ask questions, ask questions, do a lot of reading. It helps in journalism to be interested in a lot of different things, and you can't be an expert at everything, but know a little bit about a lot of different things, or at least be curious and ask questions about a lot of different things. So that's a good thing to practice. And then obviously do whatever it takes to make sure, do well in school. You'll need a college degree in most cases. And knock on station doors, see if you can visit, see if you can get an internship. You might just be in the newsroom. You might get lucky and do what you get to do and actually go out and talk to some of the reporters, or sometimes I had a couple internships where a lot of times I was doing more busy work in the newsroom, but that's okay too, because then you're hearing what's going on and you understand each day which stories are getting covered, and so that's an education as well.
So talking about stories getting covered, how do you find the stories?
That's a great question, and there isn't one answer to that. They come from a lot of different places. Probably the easiest is somebody contacts you and says, they might call the station, they might email the station and say, we have this event, or there's this issue that's happening at City Hall. Is this something you'd be interested in covering? Sometimes the answer is no, or we just can't get there. But a lot of times our best ideas come from somebody that contacts us or calls us. I get a lot of good stories when I'm actually out on the scene talking to people, maybe covering one story, and then I see someone else or they see me and we start talking about another thing, and they say, did you know this school is doing this? Or did you know this was happening? Or we're trying to raise money for this? And I write it down and think, okay, I should call later and see if we can do that story.
Then what about, okay, that's cool. But what about the things that are like on the scene, like car accidents and, because I know that before I was born, when my brother was really little, my family got into this really big car crash, and everybody was okay, but the news came in and did a report, but it was very fast. How did they find out about it?
That's a great question, and I missed that. Breaking news, that's what we call breaking news. So
Yeah.
things you can't plan for that just happen. We have scanners. I probably should have showed you that. I forgot to show you that in our newsroom, that basically we can hear what police calls that come in, fire calls that come in, emergency calls that come in. So that's another skill when you're in the newsroom. You're working on something, but you always have to have your ears open to hear something that comes across the scanner to figure out if that's is a big story and we need to quickly go out to that. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And sometimes it's really as simple as, or coincidental as, you're at a story, you're driving back from something and you see black smoke. We better go check that out. Does that make sense? Sometimes it's just being an observer. So, but most times when it's an emergency, we hear about it on police scanners.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No, I'm good.
Brooklyn Park Police Department has been phenomenal.
They just kept right at it and kept digging and came up with some answers for me.
They don't stay in their squad cars, they get out and they talk to these kids.
The Brooklyn Park Police Department has 109 sworn officers and 55 civilian support staff.
On our squad car are 3 words that reflect how we police the city of Brooklyn Park: service, justice, and courage.
We serve the residents of the 6th largest city in the state. Come on, let me show you around.
We have 2 police buildings that are both open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year to serve our community. Our residents can walk into either location and get a variety of services.
My patrol officers and I patrol 320 miles of road in the city. Have a nice day. I like working in the city of Brooklyn Park because of the diversity of the community. I always wanted to help people.
Brooklyn Park Cops Rock!
As detectives, we serve our community by investigating crimes and working with our residents.
We also have our Safe Streets unit, which is comprised of 4 officers and 1 sergeant. They work low-level narcotics and violent crimes throughout the community.
Our community response units serve our community by working with the youth in the community. We recognize that youth are our city's future. By building positive relationships, we can mentor and lead our kids to make good choices. We build these relationships in many ways, including fishing.
We love fishing.
Sporting activities, and taking time to sit down and talk with the youth.
School resource officers are in all of our junior and senior high schools. We keep the schools safe while engaging the community's youth.
To provide the best police service to our very diverse community, our Police Cadet program prepares future officers who have exceptional diversity skills, knowledge, and community connections.
We serve our community while training to become police officers.
Brooklyn Park Cops Rock! The Patrol Division handles over 75,000 calls for service each year. We serve a community that is 49% diverse. We provide our patrol officers with the best technology and equipment available.
23 members are assigned to SWAT. It's divided into 2 teams, entry and sniper. We train an additional 16 hours a month to be prepared to serve our community.
Here at the Brooklyn Park Police Department, we have 3 police dogs assigned to our patrol division. Each police dog is trained in locating dangerous fleeing suspects, evidence recovery, or narcotics detection. Take it.
Brooklyn Park is one of the few cities that has its own full-time jail. We're open 365 days a year. We've had a lot of success working with our residents to prevent crime.
Crime prevention communicates with residents both through technology and personal interaction. In fact, one of my partners is out conducting a premise survey right now.
We serve our residents by offering safety tips for homes and neighborhoods.
These types of crimes are going.
The Multicultural Advisory Committee serves as a bridge between the police and the immigrant community. It's a chance for the police to learn more about the community it serves and a chance for the community to learn more about the police department.
Child trafficking zone. 5123, copy.
We're here to serve you, but more importantly, we're here to partner with you in making Brooklyn Park an even safer community.
I'm here with Tamisha from the Public Access Department. Tamisha, can anyone make a TV show?
We have some rules and requirements because our classes that we offer are all free, our facilities and equipment are all free, and our channel time is free. And so because of that, we limit our membership to our 9 cities that we serve, one of those being Brooklyn Park. You have to live in the area, or you have to be involved with like an organization or a church that's in the area if you live outside of our 9 cities. And then the other requirement is just our minimum age is usually 12 years old. And then sometimes we'll say, well, if they're 10 years old and they're mature, they're coming with a parent, then it's okay.
Okay.
The way public access works is that we all have, we're all producing programming that's non-commercial, so there can't be any commercials, we can't be selling any products. And then the other big rule is we don't allow personal use. So if somebody wants to cover like a birthday party or a wedding or something like that, we don't allow our equipment to be used for that.
Okay.
But anything else, they can use the equipment for, and that's free.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you said that if you don't live in the area, but you go to like a church or something that is in the area, what if it works the other way around? The church isn't in the area, but you are.
That's okay too, because as long as you live in the area, that's fine.
Okay.
Should we talk about some of the classes we offer?
Sure.
Okay. One of the classes we offer is in our portable cameras, and so once people have been through this class, they can set up a time when they can check it out, and then they can take it out on location somewhere and cover an event. And these cameras are HD cameras, and they use an SD card to record on. So people will put in a little card here in the back, and that's how they'll record. So in these rooms, we've got 3 edit rooms that people can use to edit their studio or their portable footage that they've shot. So we're excited about this because this room just got redone in March, and so we're totally HD ready in this room now. And a couple of the things that we focus on in the studio class is our audio board, how to run that. And then we also teach them how to use our video switcher up front there. And we got a new graphics machine, so people are learning this machine to do their graphics on. And then we also got some new monitors in here. And those are what we call multi-viewers, so that you can have more than one thing on at a time.
Okay.
And then this is our studio, and we teach the people how to operate our studio cameras then in the studio class as well.
This is big.
Yeah. We just got it painted black because we thought maybe the black box look might be what some people might want to use to record.
Yeah.
And then our other studio in Studio B has a green wall, so if people want to do chroma key.
Yeah, what's chroma key?
Chroma key? Basically what chroma key is there's a color background usually behind someone. We use green. And then what you can do on the switcher in the other room is you can key in a background behind them. So anything that's green will turn into whatever picture it is that we're going to use. So then you kind of see the person in front of the background instead of just the green screen. So that's the chroma key. That's actually how they kind of do the weather when you watch it on the news.
Okay. Christian, is it fun to make your own TV show?
It is fun, and I tell you, once you get started, you don't want to stop, especially when you have some creative ideas. I've been doing this for many, many, many years, and I have the show called the Gospel Safari TV show. Practically, it's immigrant gospel focus. We cover a lot of community events that cater to the immigrants, and also some general community events also.
Thank you, Christian.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for this information, Tamisha. This is such a great resource for the residents of Brooklyn Park.
It is, and if they want to get involved, they can go to our website or they can give us a call. Our website address is www.nwct.org, or they can give us a call at 763-278-4330.
I want to thank everyone here at Northwest Community Television for this wonderful tour. Bye. Have a great summer.
Hypothetical situation. You own a bike, you ride your bike, you forget to lock up your bike, someone steals your bike, the police find your bike, they can't prove it's your bike. You don't have a bike. Bummer. You watch TV, you find a solution, you go to your nearest police station and you get a bike license. It has a number on it, you put it on your bike and you have a bike because no one wants to steal your bike because you have a bike license. And if someone does steal your bike, then the police will know it's your bike and then you'll have a bike. Have a bike. Get a bike license.